Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, my darling.
Thank you.
Yeah, looking angelic.
Well, I feel like the A in the anniversary. Both A's, you know.
It's beautiful. Guys, if you're wondering, we're 7 years old. We've come a long way as a television station. But guess what? You guys are the MVPs.
Absolutely.
Because without you, there's no us. Okay? It's a 7-year milestone. But we feel it's a movement because we set up off on a course and you came along that journey with us.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely beautiful.
You bet. It's been by the grace of God.
Yeah.
But I also not take away from us the fact that we've really worked hard to
course.
be where we are.
Of
you know,
course.
In this house, all we know is work, and work.
Yeah. And I mean, we worked so hard because of you, all right? From that wonderful visionary leader to the management to the multi-talented, multi-skilled staff. Oh boy, we take delight in doing what we do because we know that there are some amazing people out there glued to their sets watching ChannelOne TV. And we are truly and eternally grateful to you guys. Anyways, welcome to another exciting edition of the Upside Down Show right here on ChannelOne TV. I am Nanatufo.
My name is Frema Ediname, and today we are going to be talking to another gentleman. And you know, in fact, not just one, we've got great personalities coming on. And these are people who have really worked very hard, making their story one worthy to talk about. But don't worry, don't forget that the Upside Down Show is proudly brought to you by Sky Mineral Water. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be letting you in on our guest, and then we've got a showdown.
Alrighty, welcome back. This is the Upside Down Show right here on ChannelOne TV. Now I'm going to do a time lapse, okay, a musical time lapse. And by the time I am done, you should have an idea who our first guest on the show is today. Yeah? I will frame her.
No, that's not it.
No, I'm doing a time lapse.
Okay.
So I'm taking you back and I'll bring you.
Back. Okay.
I will frame her.
I could say Japan.
Novi.
Dobi oh.
I will frame her. Ajepomaa,
Akoshe baby, Ajepomaa, Ajepomaa, Miyawakuma.
Him for Ajepomaa, Akoshe. Alrighty, my people. No, just
can I just soak it in? Just a little
enjoy.
bit.
It's all yours, baby.
Make me wanna fly. I wanna fly way up in the sky. Make me wanna fly. I wanna fly way up in the sky.
Oh, Frema, Ajepomaa, Akoshe baby. Oh, Frema, Ajepomaa. Miya wakume musafa, kamili baby, wakume mupro. Namatumo, miya wakume musafa, kamili baby, wakume mupro. Namatumo, sana obitu mikomo.
Sana dia.
Sana obitu mikomo.
Sing it for me, baby.
Sana obitu mikomo. Sana obitu mikomo.
Come on.
Hey, Frema.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course, and this is how we do it. The man who has seen it, done it, he is, you know, maker of superstars. Now, a person who is a maker of superstars, how do you call that person?
Maybe he'll tell us when he comes.
Absolutely. Please help us welcome our personality
Yes,
for today, the Richie Mensah.
Hello.
Hey, you.
You guys are revealing my age by playing the song.
Well, let them do the mathematics. You know,
I mean, we need to get some people to put pen to paper and work it out.
And sometimes it's important for the young ones to know that Onya and Rabba.
You see,
Do you get it?
But let me tell an interesting story. Do you know that the first Frema I ever met?
Who?
You.
Do you know? No. So do you remember we met some years ago at ANC at Max, you know, and I really remember what he told me that day.
Wow.
You know, so Rich and I met. We weren't friends at that time, but so we met, and I mean, Frema was so big, so everybody knows the song. So I met her, I was like, oh, hi, hi. He said, oh, hello, how are you? So we spoke. He said, do you know you are the inspiration for this song?
Oh, wow.
Now, the assembly I made, I have carried it in my heart until today.
Keep it.
Yeah,
Keep it.
but you know there are certain things that you can't talk about because people are going to think, dear.
Yeah, you know.
So today you are here. You are here.
Yeah.
Just a bit before we zoom into the conversation, please let the people know why the song Frema.
Oh, I'm a shy guy, so it's okay.
Let me begin to fund you at this point.
I need it. Debbie, you can't. What do you cry?
I'm a shy guy. Oh, but I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you. It's good to have you, especially.
Thank you, Pa. And happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Thank
I'm loving the whites.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I don't own whites. I would have worn some.
But
It's
you're lucky to
okay.
enjoy the anniversary edition of this show. So
I know, right?
You're blessed. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. How have you been, man?
Oh, very good, very good. Enjoying life, working hard, living hard.
You remember Duncan MacLeod?
Of course, the one.
Yes. Are you from his bloodline? Richie, you're not changing.
I'm not changing.
No,
it.
come on. Don't you
Just
say
the white, only that.
No, the grey is adding to your beauty. That's all it
Even
does.
today, I saw some like 2 grays up here.
But we like grey.
I know.
You are able to shape your hair.
Well, you have, haven't you? We like grey.
You are able to shape your hair, and you are complaining about grey.
I know, right? Anyway, so how's business? How's work? And
The
everything
work
you're
is very
doing?
good.
Right.
You know, always trying to grow every day, do something new. I'm all about development.
Of course. Now let's go real back, you know, to the days of Frema and every yarrow when it can't come.
When I was a yarrow, right now I'm
you know.
Papa is in town.
Of course. So let's go back, you know. We see Richie Mensah as one guy, you know, with amazing voice, with great composition skills and all. Quite honestly, when you decided not to do the singing yourself anymore, I was so upset. I was like, but why is he not singing? But you can still produce other people and still sing, you know. So let's go to before all these started for you. Richie, the young boy, Richie, the schoolboy, growing up, was music at home? Where did all this come from? I mean,
break it down for us. Take us down memory lane.
Yes.
So I think my journey from a kid, I wanted to be a surgeon.
You wanted to be a surgeon?
Yeah.
Okay.
My dad is a doctor.
Right.
Sorry, was a doctor.
Okay.
So I also said I was going to be a surgeon, so I was doing science and everything.
Yeah.
But my love for music grew from watching movies, singing at home and everything.
Okay.
So I was torn. In school, I was working towards surgeon, and then in my free time I'll be singing and everything. So it's actually in senior high that things switched for me.
Where was senior high?
Ajepomaa school.
Right.
Okay.
So in Ajepomaa school, my choir master called me one day and asked me, like, he said I was so talented with music, so why am I like every day science? And I told him I love music, but I love science. So he asked me, have you heard about sound engineering? I was like, what's
also
that?
science.
Then he said, yes, it's the science of music.
Yes.
It's like, oh, okay. So
The
then
music surgeon.
Exactly. So I started to do some more research about it and everything. I'd say that single conversation sort of shaped my entire life.
Where is he now?
Yeah.
Oh, he's passed away.
Oh.
Such a legend, such a maestro.
Too bad.
But at least did he see your works?
Yes, he did. I
Super.
went back to the school and to perform and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was very proud. He called me in front of the people and all. Yeah.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
But what was the feeling like when you went back to perform?
It was amazing. It was interesting. You know, when we were in school, we used to watch the greats come back.
Yeah.
So coming back, I was like, hey, I'm here.
You too. Right.
Beautiful, beautiful. And then after Ajepomaa, where next?
So after Ajepomaa, I just started the music straight away.
Okay.
It was a bit of a conundrum. So here's the kid that every adult felt this boy is a genius. He's going to become doctor, and everything. And I finished senior
I started
high.
calling you Dr.
Charlie. And I finished senior high, and I say I want to do music.
Right.
So it wasn't easy.
Especially during that period. That era.
Thankfully, my mom is very understanding.
Okay.
And you see, in my time, we had the 1 year before university.
Yeah. Which year did you finish secondary school? 2003.
Okay. Hey, today I'm revealing my age, but
no, it's fine.
So I had the 1 year before university. So we struck a deal. She said, show me what you can do within the 1 year. So after a few months, I opened a studio. After a few months, some big names started coming to the studio. Like the studio wasn't a studio, it was like my bedroom.
At Ajepomaa?
Yes, at Ajepomaa.
You remember I came for a party in your house?
Those days we had legendary parties. You see right now, they're great.
Please. You know? Like Godfather party.
So I had the 1 year, then she started to see that it was working. So after a few months, then she went to take out a loan and bought equipment for me and said,
are you kidding me?
Yeah, she said I can see where this is going. So she bought equipment for me with her salary loan and all, and we started. Are
you Daddy B, Mama B?
I'm Mama B.
You're Mama B.
I'm Mama B, hands down.
Really?
Up till now, I still go and eat jollof.
It's necessary, not for the jollof.
That's very important.
That's for the jollof.
And you won't get that taste anywhere.
And never, anywhere. I've been to the finest restaurants, but mommy's jollof still the
I'm
best.
teaching one that recipe too.
There's a certain saucepan in that kitchen.
Thank you.
Saucepan, Obi and
Saucepan was serious.
Saucepan, no, you know.
It's the experience in jollof making.
Exactly. So, starting your music career, did you just go straight to setting up Lynx?
Yes, actually. So the funny thing about Lynx was the name of, we were creating a boy group. We were four of us. We all went to Ajepomaa.
Okay.
We were actually in a larger group, which was about 7 people, and then 4 of us said we were creating a group. So we called it Lynx.
Okay.
But I was the last man standing because one went to do medicine at Tech, the other went to do medicine in the US, the third one went to do music at Winneba. So I was the only stubborn one who said,
you carry
I'll
it
stay
out.
and do the music.
I'll stay and do the music.
So now Lynx is here. You did all your productions yourself?
Yes. Myself and I had Edwin Ferguson, who's a great pianist. So he was also in the group. He's the one who went to Winneba eventually. So so we used to do a lot of work together.
Right. Well, when you started off from your bedroom, who were some of the artists that were coming there?
I don't think you know most of the names because it was demos, but the first big artist who entered my studio was a Mensah.
Wow.
That was big.
Yeah, that was big. That was one of the days that showed me that life, just do what you need to do well and you can be recognized. Yeah. And the second one was Tiny.
Okay.
But the difference between a Mensah and Tiny is a Mensah came to record a song and went, but Tiny recorded a song and stayed. Like after that one time, he became like a best friend. He introduced me to most of the people in the industry. He introduced me to my godfather, Abraham Ohenejan. You know, Tiny bought me my first AC.
Really?
Oh yeah.
In the studio?
In the studio, yeah.
Oh wow.
Because before that, when I saved money, we bought some AC, but we used to call it hand dryer because you could only feel it when you go and stand in front of it.
No, when we call libation, you have to mention Tiny.
Oh yeah, Tiny reality. That guy has done so much.
So which year did you do? So it was Frema and that. Was that an album or EP or just singles?
It was an album.
Okay.
But I did a single. See, those days were more daring than these days. I had the Frema single. So it had Frema with 4 different remixes of Frema on it. And then that was the single. And then I followed up with the album shortly after. That was the All of Me album.
Which year
2007.
was Frema done?
2007.
So was Frema your first?
My first. That was my, virgin breaker.
Wow. So just... You mentioned a little bit, but let's go deeper into that song because I think that for a first timer, it was that good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure up till now, when we play Frema, it still brings back memories and it still can't compete with any song any day, if not even better.
So for Frema too, let me give the kudos to another person, Kwame Fache.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So the funny thing is, you guys know I'm Mr. R&B.
Yeah.
So all my songs were in English. All my songs were in English. The only reason I recorded Frema was to tell people that I can sing trio.
Oh, really?
Right. Yeah, because when people come to the studio and all my songs are in English, they thought I couldn't speak Chi. So I just recorded one song in Chi, said I can do it if I want to. So I had a promo CD that time that we were now trying to get recognition and stuff. So I went to Kwame Fache, I got introduced to him. I played like 5 of the songs and he said, look, all your songs are good. release the Tree one first. And I was like, no,
No, this is not me, man.
You wanted to be the Robert Kelly of our time.
Then he said that, listen, if you release the Tree song, it will do well. People will pay attention to you, and then you can release the English songs. And I just thought to myself, if I've carried myself to come to a big man's house, let me listen to what he's saying. So I listened, and even to make it easier, he picked up the phone and called 5 of the biggest DJs in town and said, there's this small boy here. He's bringing his CD. When he comes, don't collect him payola, play the music.
Charlie, he did you a great favor.
Because I don't even know
the
how
gates
I would
open for you.
So that was it.
Yeah.
So from there, they started playing the music, started getting the attention, and...
But how did you get the rhythm, you know, the lyrics, everything you said in that song? I mean, for a first timer, for some guy we don't know, and then all of a sudden he comes out with something big, something huge.
I think one thing about music is, or any talent, I can't tell you where music comes from. You know, I think everybody, you feel music within, and you're just able to bring it out, you know. So I don't think there's any of my songs I can tell you the inspiration came from here or this or that. You just feel it when you are in the creative mood.
Is it true that the best songs or the songs with the best lyrics are mostly from life experiences?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Like I was saying, there's no formula. That's the thing with music. Look, there are songs that we've spent 2 weeks in the studio taking our time to create, and it just became an ordinary song. There are songs that you get in the studio and you are just fooling, and that becomes the biggest song ever. You know, a song like Easy's Wengeze, there was no formula. I played a drum beat, went in the booth, and then I went to full. So all those silly voices you hear in the background was me. Those, I was just fooling in. Then I chopped it up, put it in. Then I said, Easy, go in the booth and just say whatever. She just fooled for like 20 minutes, then we chopped it up, put it together.
We have a hit.
It's a hit.
Yeah, there are other songs that we've taken our time, you know, take out the dictionary and write big words.
No, you're
so
wasting our time.
With music, I think one thing people don't understand about music is it's more spiritual than anything. You know, you have to feel it from within. So you sharpen your skills as a craft person, so that when you connect with the sound, you're able to deliver it.
But you also did Yarrow. What was the inspiration? What did you want to say?
Yarrow, it was very personal for me.
We can feel it.
Because I started when I was 17.
Right.
I was very young. I opened a company at 17, and everybody said I was silly for doing that. And my mom especially got a lot of attack, because just imagine a young boy who was doing very well in school, who said, I'm dropping out of school to start music. And my mom is a teacher.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of people questioned her judgment, said I was too young, I was a small boy, I was wasting my time, I should just go back to school. I have people that even after FREMA, they brought me medical school forms that it's not too late.
If you've done something, you just go back, you know.
Follow Nilanti.
Exactly. So Yarrow was me telling all these people who said I was too young, I couldn't make it and everything, that, look, don't try and write my story with your life. Just because you told this path, doesn't mean I need to toe that path. So that's why I said, they said Yarrow means small boy. So they said I'm a small boy, but they can't contest the small boy.
Exactly. I really like that.
From then you've worked with some amazing people. I mean, you've mentioned Amanziba, mentioned Tiny. There was Asem. What was it like working with Asem?
Asem was just crazy talented, you know.
Fantastic.
Ideas just keep coming out and everything. Amazing times.
Yo, we miss him.
Oh, Charlie.
Are you in touch? Are you guys in touch?
Oh, not really.
Did you fight?
No, we didn't fight.
But
it's those things,
which
you know, I mean, you know,
money.
It's like the same way you work at one place and years later you're working at a different place.
So
it's just a part of life.
Yeah, but he's not as active as he used to be. At a point we heard he was going to drop something, whether channel or something.
Coming soon.
Yeah, the soon has never come.
But still waiting. There's no date.
Do you think he spent, or he had a lot more to give to the industry?
Oh, that one day I wouldn't be able to speak for him.
Yeah, not necessarily speak for him, but I mean the experience of working with him, having worked with him before.
No, so that's the thing. Like, talent is limitless, but sometimes life affects you from being able to show off that talent all the time. One thing I keep praying for every day is the ability to keep putting out the talents that I have.
You know, before we bring in the other artists you've worked with, you know, why did you decide to now go into production and then take yourself out of the singing? Why?
You know, this is one of the things that for those who read my book, they'll understand that it comes a point in time in your life, you need to be able to plan who you want to be. And it's one thing that, I don't know, instinctively I've always known. So I remember that when I was about 18 or so, I took pen to paper and I wrote down who I was in the future.
What did you write?
So I wrote that I'm a successful sound producer.
Okay.
I own the largest record label in Ghana. I'm a big musician. Like, I wrote that out when I was 18.
Guy.
So years later, when I found that and I watched it, I was like,
yes, you are prophesying into your future.
yes, I wrote it into my existence. So at that point, I decided to do the same thing again.
Okay.
So I sat down and I looked into the future for who I wanted to be when I reached the age of 40, 45, 50. And I realized that that person wasn't the artist.
Okay.
That person was someone who was bringing people together, who was shining lights on people. I realized my talent was not just about me, but what I could give to people.
Wow.
So when it came a point where I needed to decide which path to concentrate on, it became an easy decision because...
Wow.
Did you want to be a Dr. Dre-like type of...
No, I think I had the opportunity to be just a Dr. Dre earlier on when I was producing as well, but the dream is bigger.
Right.
And the dream is unfolding slowly, so people are starting to see it. But for me, I've written it down, so I know where it's going.
So you are on a scale of 10, you are at stage...
I'm at stage 7.
Hey, Charlie, very soon, I say, you're almost there.
On my birthday, I posted something. Most people don't get
Couldn't
it, but
decode
eventually
it.
I wrote, there was a picture of me playing chess, and the caption was, checkmate in 3 moves.
Okay. So we have like three
more
stages.
3 more stages
I
to
beg you, when you get to stage 10, remember the inspiration for Frema.
Yes, please.
That was the first release.
and when you do, remember she has a brother called Nana.
Maybe releasing another. But Richie, you've worked with some very talented artists, musicians in the country. You've done Asem. You've worked with. I'm talking about people who have come onto your label, Lynx. You've worked with Asem. You've done Easy,
Miss V, Kwame Eugene, Dope Nation, Kiddy.
Dope Nation, yes, Kiddy.
Yeah.
Right. Have you heard that when people work with you and they leave, they don't get hits anymore?
Oh yes.
Have you heard stuff
I've
like
heard that even though it's not true.
Okay. Do you have a certain magic? Do you
I wish I did.
You hold something
If
back?
I had magic, I'll stop working hard.
No, so really, what is it? Because quite honestly, you know, without downplaying anybody's achievements or anybody's hard work or anybody's talent, it looks like, because before people would conclude on something like that, we might have seen a certain trend. That'll make us conclude that why is it that when people leave Lynx, we don't really hear so much of them? I don't know what to make of this because, well, okay, let me take Dope Nation out.
Why are you taking Dope Nation out?
I'll come to that. That was not some cut. Because I know you're going to talk about Dope Nation, but we'll bring Dope Nation back. But if you look at Nana mentioned Asem.
So mention and I'll give you a hit song after Lynx. Mention
Asem.
So hard to say bye-bye.
It's so hard to say
bye-bye.
Lynx.
It was after Lynx.
And it's a big hit.
It is a big hit. Could it be maybe the Kwamna factor?
Try another artist.
Could it be the Kwamna factor?
Try another artist.
Miss V.
Okay, Miss V had a song with Tiwa Savage, and then the one with Yemi Alade.
You remember that song?
Yeah.
Oh. Come and see my mother.
No, that one was.
Which one?
That one was while she was on Lynx.
So which one?
But after leaving Lynx, she had another song with Yemi Alade that did very well.
But why do I remember the one she did at Lynx?
Because that was bigger.
Because that was bigger.
Okay.
Easy.
Easy
had her song with Mr. Easy, Forever.
Forever is which one?
Forever.
What is a hit song?
It's relative. And that's where I was going to go with this.
Okay.
You see, the thing that people don't understand is, like, everybody if everybody reads my book and they'll understand all these things.
My girl.
My girl, thank you.
My girl.
Yeah.
The first time.
But wait, but we remember when Gaza that one card that they were just messing up.
Yes.
What do you do?
No. So you see, when we
So
started,
let me explain why.
Frema, Ajepomaa,
So let everyone got it.
when Gaza, easy baby. We remember. Why are you doing?
So let me explain why. There's two things that I have as my advantage. The first one is consistency.
Right.
Do you get me? Now, one thing people don't understand about life is it is difficult to succeed, but it is even harder to succeed consistently.
True.
Right.
And because I have been doing this for so long, I am able to keep doing it consistently.
Yeah.
So that's why for some of these names that you are mentioning, they were able to keep things going for a while, but the consistency lacks. And that comes to the second thing, which is systems.
Right.
Now, I went from starting music alone to having a team of 3 employees to right now about 60 employees.
Oh wow.
Yes. So if you are a Lynx artist and you stop being a Lynx artist, you go from having 60 employees to yourself.
Yeah, doing stuff for you.
So the scale at which you can do things drops. So that's why I like your question on what do you determine as a hit?
Yeah.
Because what you also have to realize sometimes is you may not see it as a big hit, but for that person, it is. Because let's say if I'm investing, let's just imagine I'm investing $1 million in a project.
Yeah.
And because of that, the project hits big and we make back 1.5 million. That's great,
Yes.
right? Maybe when the person is on their own, they invested 100,000 and made 500,000.
Yeah. But
So to the person that's
So
big.
it's a big hit.
okay, I get
But
that.
when you compare
Yeah.
to the 1.5, you'll feel it's not as big a hit, but financially it was more rewarding for them because that's their level of investment.
But is that satisfactory enough? And I'm asking this because, so if you release something, it's for the people, not for you. So for instance, if you want to go into business, you probably will look at the market that you're going to serve, what will help them. You yourself might not even be a fan of that product or the service. Do you get it? But you identify that, okay, when I come to this area, they don't know music, they don't sing, then let me give them a song. So you can release that, not necessarily because that is what you enjoy per se, but you found that there's room for me to make an impact here, and then you do it. I'm asking this because you might think that your song is a hit, but it's for the people. So who determines what a hit is?
So let me give you an example.
Yes.
There's a very talented person out there who has made a pineapple juice drink. They don't have the marketing budget, but the people in that entire neighborhood love it. They are selling it at all the stores and everybody there is praising them and they are making a profit. You can't compare them to Coca-Cola.
Right.
Maybe the juice is nicer than Coca-Cola, but Coca-Cola's marketing budget can advertise on World Cup.
Yeah.
So,
But it also can't take away from the fact that, fine, you are being humble about the whole thing, but this is reality.
yes,
So
I'm
in the
Coca-Cola,
market,
and that's great. But it doesn't take away. You see, I just never want us to take away from what somebody's been able to also achieve on their own. Like I've been doing this for 22 years.
Yeah.
That's
Not huge.
That's huge.
oh, I mean, of
You
course.
won't get that overnight.
Yeah.
You won't get that overnight.
And we
But you see-
respect what everybody is doing.
Exactly.
Following the
So
analogy
maybe
you
if we
made.
give
Respect that.
them the time,
Right.
they will also be able to build systems
Very well.
that can.
But
reach
following the
that
same
level.
analogy that you just made, if the product is that good, it will sell itself.
No.
Gary, no, they do adverts.
St. Louis Sugar, the Cube Sugar.
Until
Big-
recently,
Big
somebody
Pen, Big
decided
Pen.
to mix it with something.
So I'm going
Big
to,
Pen
so I'm going
doesn't
to correct both of you.
advertise.
So for instance, St. Louis Sugar doesn't advertise because they have the best distribution worldwide. Big Pen has the best distribution. When it comes to companies, there are 3 things. There's the production, the marketing, the distribution.
Yes.
Production is important, but it's basic because anybody can produce. But if you get your marketing and your distribution right, you're on top. So those who you don't see spending big on marketing are spending big on distribution.
Yeah.
So that's thing. Let me correct people when they say good product sells itself. It's the biggest lie in the world.
Who is marketing and distributing Gary?
A lot of people, but ask yourself,
Tego Sisters.
is there any
They have
person-
Tego Sisters, Gary.
Is there any company that you can say is highly profitable from Gary? Gary as a product sells, but there's no Gary company that is making money from Gary.
But when you started, when you started, you just came with Frima and it was a hit. I mean, it's a hit, man. You get it. So
Whose voice was that?
Good.
Me now.
Hey, Charlie, this man by you, why?
But it's growth. So I had to learn things the hard way. And you see, shout outs to my mom again. The most important thing she taught me was how to learn.
Right.
I always tell people, I'm not talented actually. I just know how to learn.
Okay.
So give me any topic, any skill, I will learn it. If you can tell me I need this thing to succeed, come back in 3 months.
Right.
I've learned it.
So let's go back to that 17-year-old boy or 18-year-old
17.
who decided to write how you see yourself in future down. Was writing a book part?
Actually, yes.
It was number what?
Oh, that one wasn't there for the 17, 18.
Okay.
It was there when I rewrote around like 25, 26.
Okay,
Great.
so when you rewrote around 25, 26, what number was the book?
Oh, it was far down the line.
Very well. Very well.
Right.
All right. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to go on a break. When we come back, we'll get into that 25-year-old Richie and his desire to write a book. Stay with us. This is the Upside Down Show. We'll be right back.
Poverty makes you do what you otherwise would not do. Wealth makes you live the way you wish to live. But revenge cancels the lines between poverty and riches.
It's either you're saying something progressive, or I'll just tell your wife that I'm carrying your child.
Where is my father? Now that he's coming closer to the community,
My people forget your own plans, so I go forget my own.
Welcome back. This is the Upside Down Show here on ChannelOne TV. Our guest, Richie Mensah. It's a hit, man. Charlie, we missed that too.
Oh, Charlie.
I know, right?
Oh, but you're still you.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Thank
still
you.
Yes, and you're telling us it's our fault.
Yes, it's your fault.
We should take charge of our own life.
Yes, take charge of your life.
You know, so before we go in, and I think one day you should be a marketing lecturer. Yes, yes, I think so. You know, you've had too much of experience, right? That you need to formally impart that knowledge on people. So I think you should consider that as well.
I will. I'll consider it.
Now, you are Mama B, all right? You've gone to great schools. In fact, you had a mom who will sacrifice and buy you your first set of equipment.
Yep.
You had a home where you could build a
Miniature
studio as young as 17 years old. And so things have, I'm sure you have encountered challenges, but as a startup, things were pretty smooth.
Okay.
So we can't blame you so much, or on the other hand, we can blame you if you don't do well.
Yeah.
But for those of us who probably are coming from some corners, you know, Kofi Kenyatta said it that any baby I free pa Why would you say that whatever has happened is our fault?
So yes, it's your fault.
Why?
And yes, it's my fault. So even the fact that when I'm telling my story, I decide to focus on the positives, which would make you feel like I've had it great, is my fault. I choose to do that. But I haven't always had it positive. So I grew up in Bema camp. My dad was in the army. He was a doctor in the army. And then he left the army, which is like 91, 92. And that was a very big switch for us. You know, Bema camp is not a rich neighborhood, but everything is there. You have your library, everything is right in that neighborhood. So it's like miniature Dadabi, sort of. You don't have money, but you live at Dadabi life.
You're comfortable.
Thank you. So when we left there, we moved to a house that had no electricity for like 6 months.
Why?
Because life switched. Life became very hard suddenly.
What was your dad?
He was there, but you know, things weren't going so well at that time. We we switched from going to school in Bama Camp. My mom tried to keep us going to school in Bama Camp, but it wasn't sustainable. So we had to move to a Saito school very quickly.
Which school is that?
And I don't remember the name as I'm here.
Okay, no, okay.
So when I was in class 1, I was in 3 different Saito schools because I kept complaining. Because I used to love studying.
Are you an only child?
No, I'm the third. I'm the youngest.
Right.
So I kept complaining because I love studying. So when I went to the school and they weren't teaching much, I was a very troublesome child, complaining to my mom. I went to school, I didn't learn anything. I didn't learn anything. So when I say yes, it's your fault, these are the things that I mean. My mom realized that she couldn't afford to pay for a good school for us, but she wanted us to get a good education, and she was a teacher. So she kept applying and applying till she got a job at Christ the King.
Okay.
Now, when you get a job at Christ the King as a teacher, you get to pay 1/3 of the school fees, which she could afford.
Right.
So by getting a job there, she was able to afford us being there. So we were the poor kids in the school because everybody was rich. They didn't understand how we were there, but it was through.
Tell me about it.
Do you get what I mean? So all these things, like one thing I learned from my mom is we can be home, we don't have money, we are broke, but my mom will find a way for us to eat corned beef because. Yes, she will take her last money and go and buy it because she doesn't want to make the stew without any meat in it. So my mama beingness, my privilege did not come from money. It came from seeing my mom sacrifice to make things happen for me. Wow. So it instilled those beliefs in me. Where when I was growing up, I realized that conditions don't need to be good for you to make things happen. Things happen when you decide to make them happen. For instance, when I tell you about the 1-year break and me not going to continue uni and everything, it didn't just happen. I sat my mom down. I had a heart-to-heart with her. Told her, Mommy, I know you want me to do science and this and that, but I've seen the vision. I've seen what I can do with music. Try me. Let me see what I can do within this 1 year. If I fail, I go back to school. No harm. And then it pushed me to work so hard that within the time she realized the fruit yapa in a piano. Do you get me? I had an episode. I know you guys remember Chichekule.
Yes, Uncle George.
Yes, Uncle George.
Yes, Mommy's daddy's.
Thank you. So he came to interview us in the studio. This was when I think I was like 19 or so, or 18, one of them. And he called that episode Humble Beginnings.
Right.
Because the studio was like my computer. I didn't have a mic, so I used to use a computer mic. If you remember those old computer mics. So how I used to get people to stand in front of the mic is I'll put books, my science books, under it to be changing heights. Then later we got an old lamp. Then we tied sellotape to the mic for the lamp to be like the mic stand. So that's my point. Like I hustled to make it. So when people see the final product and they think you had it good, no, it's never been good, and it's never going to be good for anybody. One thing that they talk about in the world is 85% of the millionaires in the world are self-made.
Of course.
Only 15% of them inherited it or got it through other means. So
I like that. That means
there's no excuse. That's one thing that we have to realize. Like a lot of people ask, why me? But why not you? Why can one person earn everything from scraps and you can't? The only difference between the two of you is you.
Yes.
The only person who controls anything in your life is you.
I can't wait to read this book.
You're becoming a motivational speaker.
Very philosophical. You see the way we are nodding, No, but I mean, you're making a lot of sense because sometimes you move around in town, you see people in traffic, and oftentimes I ask myself, what would you get from this that you are doing? Okay, and I feel that there are a lot of things that people can do because we live in a community or in a country where you can wake up tomorrow morning, put a table in front of your house, cook awamo, put it on the table, everybody will come and buy, including the policeman. Everybody will come and buy. So yes, it's probably your fault in certain ways, but
because if you look at it long term, that's when it's your fault. You see, an event happening to you may not have been under your control. But your response to the event is. It's like they said, they asked two brothers. One was a millionaire and one was an alcoholic who was broke. And they asked the two of them, what made you become like this? And they both said, our father. So their father was a drunk who used to beat them and everything. How one responded was, it pushed him to work so hard. He never wanted to be like that. The other one just accepted that life is horrible.
It's in the blood. Right. So when is the book coming out?
It's coming out on the 13th of June.
Next week Friday?
Yes.
Okay. Is there going to be a launch?
Yes, there's a launch. Low-key launch on the 14th.
Okay.
We are there. I won't say where people will come.
We are there. We are there.
Feed everyone, so I'll keep quiet.
Don't worry. Or we will bring our food.
But after the launch, where can people access the book?
So globally, it's out on all the platforms from Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, and everything. And in Ghana too, I'm looking at distributing in the different libraries. And you know, Ghana there, the people on the road, they sell past everybody. So I'm actually working with the network
of
them. That's how I've bought certain books. So I have to respect it.
How many chapters?
And
how many pages?
It's 15 chapters.
Okay.
Yes. The pages, I forgot to, it's like 110 or something like that.
But quickly, can you take us through some of the things, like, you know, the chapters, the topics, what you were talking about?
So basically, the book is just telling you that take charge of your life. You know, if you want to make anything happen in your life, you need to do it for yourself. So you need to work on growing your skills. You need to work on your mindset. You need to understand how to grow, how to deal with people. Stop blaming others for things. Everything is your fault. It's your life. If you don't like a situation, change it. If you don't know how to change it, learn. If you don't have the tools to learn, find the tools. But there's always something to do.
We'll
so
find
be like the clock and do what it does.
Just keep moving. Anyway, like I think a couple of weeks ago, I was at Tygon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, right there.
Thank you so much, the Richie Mensah.
Thank you very much for having me.
And well done. You know, because I remember you from way back, and you know, I mean, I'm super proud of you. Well done. Don't stop.
Thank you.
Keep doing it, and keep giving us superstars. We love those music.
We like dancing, so we keep dropping them.
Yes, please.
And now that you started writing, we'll forever be reading.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll be at the launch anyway.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. And congratulations. We wish you well. The Richie Mensah. If I ask the D, you need to add it so that we know that. Richie Mensah we are talking about is the Lynx man.
And it's always been a hit, man. This is the Upside Down Show here on ChannelOne TV. We'll be right back.
Alrighty, you're welcome back. This is the Upside Down Show here on ChannelOne Television. Absolutely fantastic conversation with Richie. Brains, wit, dedication, purpose, commitment. All in one box, all in one man. He's done the singing, he's done the production, still doing production. And now the man is writing books and he says he's at stage 7.
Yeah, so
I can't wait to see 8, 9, 10.
You know, so on that producing and creating notes.
And stages notes, because I see something with different levels. Something beautiful from the
we got another creative, you know, seated right next to us. When you see her on the street, I don't think that you think she can do all the things that she's doing. Ajepomaa, oh wow, nice slippers, girl. I'm sure by the time Ajepomaa leaves this studio, now she's not wearing anything. I've taken her off everything because I like her ring. I like what she's wearing, and I just spotted the slippers as well, and I like that too.
Oh, sweet.
Ajepomaa, you're killing it.
But your ring is a gold porcupine. What is the inspiration?
It's that shanty me.
Oh, can I get a high five, baby?
It is the proper kuma.
Yes, done. But let's look at your beautiful creation. You know,
it's quite simple,
my God.
quite straightforward,
but very detailed, you know, and it tells a story.
Yes.
So what's the inspiration behind this?
So Ajepomaa Gallery has been in business for 15 years.
Oh wow.
15?
Yes.
But how old are you that you have a business that is?
That's the thing. People see me and the age is running somewhere.
So you throw us off.
We started in 2009. That's what I'll start from. But I'll be 42 in August.
Okay.
Beautiful.
You've taken very good care of yourself.
Thank you.
Super.
Thank you.
It's good.
Yes.
Yeah. We like
So Ajepomaa Gallery started 15 years ago. I came for 30 December.
Okay.
Okay.
So afterwards it was like, hey, so now what are we doing? The money has run out. You know? So February 2010, I launched my business. I was 27 years old. And at that time, you know, I went to school in Singapore.
Right.
So after my bachelor's, I got, you know, my work experience in New York. But then recession happened, financial crisis, 2008. Yeah, it was bad. So I was like, hey, let me go home and see what, you know, the game was. I mean, when you go on Facebook, at that time it was Kufuor's time. I mean, things are happening, you know. So I was like, okay, let me go home and see what I can do with, you know, what I've studied, you know. At that time, as much as I was passionate, it wasn't purposeful. It was, you know, this is what I want to do, you know. So I bought my machines, a few that I could, you know, I sold a couple of my stuff in the US and bought my machines and everything. And then I came to Ghana with $80 and a big dream. So Ghana had to work.
Right.
Of course, it had to work.
It had to work. I mean, I had nowhere, you know, other place to fall back on. So it had to work. And
Has it worked?
There's no place like home.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I came and the immense support that I got from people patronizing the products, from, you know, I was quite stunned by it, you know. I also came with a sense, I didn't come with a big bang, sort of like a soft lounge, easing my way into the industry, learning along the way. So, you know, in terms of what Richie said about learning, you have to be a student of your craft at all times. You know, even at my age, I'm still learning. I'm now even learning from the Gen Zers.
You need to.
You know?
Take control.
Yes, they're like, oh, madam, ChatGPT. I'm like, show me.
Of course.
You know, so, and that's how you grow.
But how affordable are you?
Affordable.
Or is relative?
I would say it's relative because we are pushing to be an aspirational brand. I wouldn't say we are luxury, but we are more artisanal. So it's more about the craftsmanship. So we are buying into the craftsmanship of what we produce. So we also have to recognize that there are a lot of minds and strategy that goes into producing our product. So it's not just me. You know, some people see you, the designer or the founder, and they think that, oh, it's just you and you're producing that and whatnot. But it is, you know, a lot of creators bringing their ideas together to make what you see a reality. Yes. So that's
we see a lovely model.
Yes. So she's in one of our products.
Maybe she can model it so we can see and appreciate it better. Wow. No, talk us through this.
We like it.
So it's shimmer without the glare, right? You see a lot of metallics going on. You see texture. You see it's a very subdued hue.
Can I feel the fabric?
Yes, of course,
Can you please come? Okay.
This fabric is called metallic.
No,
it's
not heavy at all.
Yeah, it's not heavy at all. Yes. So we are playing with the, you know, the batik, which is indigenous to us, even though the original batik is from Japan. And we play around with the pleats that has the curves in the right places, you know, but it's not so restrictive that she's not comfortable. So it's what we call the straight cut, and we have our signature detail, which is the origami detail. You know, when we were kids, we had this paper that we used to play.
Yes.
So that's the inspiration. Yes, so we, you know, so that's the inspiration behind
right.
it.
Now that you say it, I see it.
Yes.
You know, we have to also add some sex appeal with the peekaboo, you know, without the vulgarity, really.
But you just create ready to wear, or
yes, I'm a ready to wear brand.
Okay.
Yes.
I can also bring in my fabric.
Yes, of course. You can bring your fabrics, and then we can have a consultation, sit down, and then, you know, produce the pieces for you. Yes, and work with your hue too, so that it's not just slapping any colorway or way. Yes.
What you're wearing is also very nice.
Thank you. So I play with all the African fabrics. We are a sustainable, Ghanaian brand.
Right,
Last year we won the Women's Sustainable, Award of the Year.
Wow, that's great.
Ghana Beauty Award. So
there's a bit of kente there, right?
Yes. So this is it's ashioke, right?
Okay.
So this is ashioke.
Okay.
So this is fugu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, so it's a mixture of everything.
Yeah, I can see
but
that.
it works because of the color playing. We play along with it. So the wine picks off the batik over here, and then it picks off the So it's a beautiful blend of different colors and
beautiful.
Must be a lot of work.
When you say a lot of weight, it looks like the money has to go up,
Something like that.
Some enjoy what they produce, so they don't even price.
Because I'm interested in going there. So
because you have to see it this way, right? If it was in Europe, they sell this idea that the leather was
bring
sourced from
us back home. Bring us back home.
The calf is only in extinction.
Every fabric has a story,
There's only 2 left in the Amazon forest.
and they start with a story first.
Yeah.
So by the time they're done with the story, you've done the calculation to know how come they got this from Namibia, and got this from the shores of Jamestown in Accra.
As you think about it, I can tell you that this came from Nigeria in the northern part of Nigeria. With some woman working, but basically,
this is it.
Everything tells a story in a creative space. It has to tell a story.
Right. So, I know, right? So, where can we find you?
We are East Legon.
East Legon.
We are East Legon.
But on social media?
Yes. On social media, it's at Ajepomaa Gallery.
Right.
And we're on TikTok as well. For my personal TikTok,
let's spell Ajepomaa.
Ajepomaa is Ajepomaa.
Right.
Yes.
That departs from the traditional Ajepomaa spelling.
I don't have English name, so here we are.
Welcome to my world.
I do have an English name.
Let's talk about this.
So Ajepomaa. So I'll be breaking my fabric, and then you create something beautiful for me. Yeah. So let's just leave the conversation on that English name note. Right? But thank you very much. You are really doing amazing. This is beautiful. Very different, very unique. Right? And
Ghana has talent.
Absolutely.
I feel like most designers come into the space thinking that we are a few, but I feel like there's so much that we have to tap on. And please patronize Made in Ghana goods.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't do
for saying that.
But now we are coming back home.
You have to come.
Now we are home. Don't worry.
You have to come. Support us.
Of course.
Well, thank you so much. And we wish you well.
Thank you.
Of course, congratulations with all that you're doing and putting
thank you.
Your ideas, your dreams out there for people to explore and also enjoy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Alrighty. I hate this part of the show,
But unfortunately, we'll have to come to terms with that and come face to face with saying goodbye to you. It's been an amazing evening. And once again, we say congratulations to ourselves and the entire Channel One TV on our 7th anniversary. This has been the Upside Down Show on Channel One TV. I'm Frema Edunyame.
And I am Nana Tufo. Be kind to your mind. We'll see you again.